This video shows how Silver Peak VXOA, or Virtual Acceleration Open Architecture, can help drive or accelerate your move to a cloud infrastructure, preserving LAN-like performance for cloud-based applications. When you move your applications to the cloud, that particular FTP server now has the internet between itself and the users. This means there'll be a lot more latency and loss for all users, resulting in the slow retrieval of content. This video shows that by deploying Silver Peak as part of that cloud infrastructure, you can retain a LAN-like user experience. We walk through 8 steps in this short video describing the deployment and benefits of Silver Peak in the cloud. The first step is to get a baseline. This example shows a web server and an FTP server being hosted in Verizon's Terramark cloud. Let's first check the performance on the native network without WAN optimization. From the client machine, we ping the cloud server to check the latency to the application and see that it is about 83 milliseconds away from the cloud applications. Let's see how long it takes to pull down a 20 megabyte PowerPoint file on this unoptimized network. We can see that the 20 megabyte file took 75 seconds to download at an average rate of about 2.1 megabits per second. Silver Peak can improve performance and the end-user experience for this particular use case. The first step to deploy Silver Peak is to create a new blank server with enough resource to support a VXOA virtual appliance. In this case, we're building a Silver Peak VX1000, although all Silver Peak's VX models would work given sufficient resources. This system is using 2 CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM, with 100 gigabytes of disk. The next step is to add the 3 additional network interfaces that are required by the VX1000 instance. Each VXOA instance expects 4 network interfaces when it starts up. Now we start up the empty instance and mount an ISO or ISO image to deploy the actual VXOA software. We're using a locally hosted ISO and then rebooting from that mounted ISO. This takes a few moments. When prompted, we select a VX1000. Then reboot to bring up a running Silver Peak VX1000 instance. Installation was successful. Unmount the ISO and shut down. Now you are able to give it an IP address. Now configure the firewall in Optimization Tunnel. Configure the firewall to allow remote access to the web management interface. Finally, configure the UDP tunnel to allow the VX1000 to optimize to a remote VXOA device, either hardware or virtual appliance. Start the VX1000 instance up and configure it from the console to run in router mode, then set the appropriate default gateway. Now, simply configure the optimization tunnel and the route policy through the VX1000's management interface. Configuration on the VX1000 is now complete. The final step is to get the applications to redirect their traffic to the VXOA instance by setting their default gateway to be the VX1000. The system is now deployed. Let's open up a local window again and ping the cloud FTP server to check how far we are from it. It is about 86 milliseconds. Recall that the same file took 75 seconds to download without Silver Peak. With Silver Peak and the optimized link, we are seeing that it takes just half a second and delivered the file at an effective rate of 320 megabits per second. One of the biggest challenges to cloud adoption is the fact that the raw internet is not a reliable network as an enterprise's WAN. Latency and loss in varying bandwidth can dramatically affect the end-user performance. We have shown in this short video that having Silver Peak deployed within the cloud infrastructure can dramatically increase cloud performance and end-user experience.